Good day, this is PhD 201 Biostatistics. I'll be taking you through study section 5, Biostatistics and Health Planning Process in the Healthcare Field. When you have studied this section, you should be able to describe planning and health program planning. You should be able to discuss the planning process. And lastly, you should be able to highlight and explain the importance of biostatistics in healthcare field. It is such a common word to the extent that it is often taken for granted, and the word is planning. People become conscious of it only when a program or project flops. Often we tend to rely on our formal and informal knowledge and know-how gained through years of education, exposure, and experience. Of course, this technique usually works in some cases. It is therefore necessary for us to change our program planning glasses in order to improve our forward vision. It is said that those who fail to plan to fail. What then is planning? Several definitions exist. All the definitions are attempts to provide answers to the following basic questions. Where are we coming from? Where are we? Who do we want to be? How do we get to where we want to be? How do we know what we are there? How long does it take us to get there? What factors facilitated our journey? And so on and so forth. Planning is essential in all our endeavors. Planning can make a lot of differences between what will normally happen without it and what happens if planning is done to allocate resources and direct effort towards future goals. Those who don't believe in planning may have argued that it takes time and energy which could be spent in carrying out programs and serving people. Failing to plan is tantamount to focusing on means and losing the sight of the ends. As we fall deeper into activity trap, the true goal moves far from us. Let's move on as we look into health program planning. To be effective in achieving the support and acceptance of people and their willingness to do as much as they can for themselves requires systematic planning. The type that is usually given to both the services and operational phases of a specific health program. The logistics of planning for health programs of all tiers of government, federal, state, local, are analogous to the planning for the services or operational phases of the program. What is being emphasized here is that planning is sine qua non to effective and sustainable healthcare services at all levels. Health reform programs can only succeed with proper planning anchored on reliable biostatistics based on sustainable and regular down and up and downflow of health information. The planning process. WHO, World Health Organization, gave the following 5 basic steps in health program planning over the years. The 5 steps have been expanded and modified due to increased technological growth to 4 to 7 steps. The situation analysis. Analysis of the situation and assessment of the health trends is an important step in the planning process. It helps you to know where you are and your direction so that you may know where you want to go. The assessment is based on available data and information which include 5 things in the slide as you can see in the slide. Let's move as we talk about defining objectives. Defining objective of planning to be done is the next important step. If you cannot state your goals after assessment of health trends, then there's no need starting the planning at all because you don't know where you are and where you want to go. It may take repeated attempts to fully define objectives, discuss and review with others involved and reach agreement. Once this is done, you are off to a good start. Other steps in the process will follow easily. From the analysis of available data on health trends, state what you expect to accomplish through planning. Specify objectives in terms of who will benefit, the target group, and those at risk for specific diseases, for example, HIV/AIDS. Industrial hazards. In addition to specific objectives, the approach may be directed towards certain strategies designed to improve the allocation of resources, to shift roles from one group in the health system to another, to improve the deployment of and use of manpower, and to influence political decision making and obtain support from other sectors. The next important step is to structure planning strategy. That is, determine how you will approach the job, a structure around which to organize the planning program. And this you can such structure may emphasize one or another planning for healthcare system, such as resource management, and so on and so forth. What are the importance of statistics in healthcare? There are different importance. Healthcare organizations employ statistical analysis to measure their performance outcome. Hospital and other large provider service organizations implement data which will be driven continuous quality improvement program to maximize efficiency, which will include healthcare utilization, resource allocation, needs for assessment, quality improvement, and product development. I hope you have learned one or two things in this study section. See you in the next slide.